Because the person that you're supposed to become is the person that you're supposed to represent. That's who's going to be saying, I did it. I made it. I'm glad I didn't give up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about how important it is not to give up. So for me, I think that it's very crucial not to give up. I've always found myself being that person that's like, get yourself back up and keep going. Because if you give up, then you're saying no to your future self. The more that you're saying, yeah, let me throw in the towel, let me just quit, things got too tough, the more that I start thinking about that, the more that I'm like, Elijah, you're fully capable of doing this. It's not that hard. Slow down, think, and proceed with what you want to do, because giving up isn't an option. Whenever I'm thinking about successful people, I'm thinking they had to go through so much more. They've had to go through failed businesses after failed business. They've had to go through not selling any products. They've had to go through different hurdles just to even get where they're at. And so for them to go through worse things and still be able to become successful reminds me that I should not be giving up, because people are clearly capable of being successful. So for me to be able to be successful, I need to be in a position where I can be able to not give up and to give in to what I need to do and to give in to myself. So giving up for me is not an option, and it shouldn't be an option for you either. The moment you feel like you want to give up, the moment that you feel like you want to just throw in the towel and that it's all over with, think about how far you came from when you first started. Think about how you have to go through preschool, elementary school, middle school, high school, college. Like, there's different levels when you start leveling up. And so when you start moving forward with life, there's going to be different levels that you want to give in. Like, I'm sure there was a time in school when you was like, yeah, this whole school thing isn't for me. Like, I don't want to do these SATs. I don't want to do these, these tests. I don't want to go to class. I don't want to have to show up super early in the morning. But you knew that, like, that was what you were supposed to be doing. It's the same concept. You're going to do things that you don't want to do, but it's not like you can be like, yeah, I'm just not going to go. Like, it's just not an option. And so whenever you're going through life and you're thinking, like, what does it really take? Like, imagine the levels that you have to overcome for you to get to where you want to get to. Because giving up is you stopping in middle school when you're supposed to be excelling after college, right? If you just limit yourself and you say that I'm just going to give up, then you're just hindering who you're supposed to be. Simple as that. And so, like I said in the beginning, when you're saying no, when you're giving up, you're just saying no to your future self. You're saying no to the goals that you actually want to acquire, to the things that you actually want to learn about, to the things that you actually want to grow in, to the person that you're supposed to become. You're saying no to that person. The person that's already successful, the person that's already happy with their family, the person that's already making a lot of money. You're saying no to that person. So it's not even about, okay, I don't feel like doing this anymore. Like, man, I'm about to just give up. No. Keep going, because the person that you're supposed to become is the person that you're supposed to represent. That's who's going to be saying, I did it. I made it. I'm glad I didn't give up. That's why I don't give up. When I think about what keeps me going, it keeps me motivated. The hard times that I'm thinking about in life, it keeps me motivated to keep going. I think a lot of people give up because they have the fear that they're not going to be where they want to be. Like, realistically, the reason that you're like, I'm just ready to be done, is because you're rather not prepared to be where you want to be, or you don't think you're actually going to be where you want to be. It's always bigger than the issue. It's never about what the issue is, it's about you. Why do you want to give up? Is it that you just don't see yourself working that anymore? You don't see yourself doing those things that you were doing anymore? Is it that you just give up and that you're like losing motivation for it? Is it because that's not something that you really wanted to do, that you were just trying out? Like, what is the reason that you're giving up? I want you to think about why. I want you to think about the why. Because the more that you think about the why, the more you start understanding yourself. And that's the whole point of giving up. You're understanding what works for you, and you're understanding what doesn't work for you. So overcome the fear of overcome the hurdle and the fear of giving up. Because when you jump that hurdle and you start going after the next hurdle and the next hurdle, then you'll learn that clearly there's more to life than what you already think there is. That is some things that I do because I'm not a person to give up. You know, I could be playing a game and I could be losing. I could be losing bad, but I'm gonna finish the game because for me it's more so of a mentality and a standard that I set myself to be like, look, things are bad, but I'm gonna keep playing because I could learn. I could learn something here. I'm gonna keep playing because the game might not actually be over. All of a sudden I come back and I win, and it's because I didn't give up. So I want you guys to take that into mind, or I want you guys to take that into consideration whenever you're going through the hard times, whenever you're going through those moments that you're trying to build yourself, because we're all gonna have those moments where you wanna give up. So that being said, definitely like the video, subscribe to the channel, and until then, I'll catch y'all in the next video.